How often do you find yourself feeling lonely? While it's common for all of us to experience loneliness every now and then, what do we do when the feeling persists longer than we're used to? If not dealt with properly, loneliness can grow into something harmful to your mental health. Now, if you feel you're struggling with excessive or chronic loneliness, a good step is to seek help from a counselor or mental health professional. It's a great first step and gives you a chance to talk with someone about the feelings you're experiencing. While many of us can feel lonely when isolated for too long, loneliness doesn't depend on being alone. Like all of our emotions, loneliness is a state of mind. Research shows that loneliness isn't about how many friends or family members are by your side. Instead, it's about how connected you feel internally. You can be surrounded by family or friends, and yet your feelings of loneliness can still persist. So, what can we do about it? Well, you're in luck, because here we've put together a list of 4 tips to help you deal with loneliness. Number 1, become friends with yourself first. Self-care is extremely important for your mental health. The truth is, we may feel lonely because, deep down, we long for our own friendship. When was the last time you were truly kind to yourself, took a minute to relax and unwind just for you? And I don't mean passing out after a long night of working. I mean conscious time dedicated to yourself and your thoughts. Thoughts all about you, not work, not drama, just relaxation. This could mean taking a relaxing bubble bath instead of a quick shower. It could also mean spending some time doing an activity or hobby you enjoy, or perhaps sitting down with your favorite book. When loneliness comes knocking at the door, it's a good idea to look inward and spend some time with the friend within yourself. They might be the one who helps us calm down and relieve some stress, but only if we actually spend time with them. Once we've made friends with ourselves, we might not feel as lonely around others or even on our own, because we'll always know we've got our own back. Number 2, show compassion. Often, when we feel lonely, we just wish someone could be there for us. Someone who understands and shows us a little compassion. Well, a little compassion can go a long way. Don't you feel a little cheerier when someone gives you a compliment or does you a small favor? Don't you feel a little more valued and less alone? Wouldn't you want to share that same compassion with others and spread love? Because not only do kind acts make others feel happier, they also make us feel happier and a little less lonely in the process. After all, we're engaging in a form of social interaction. Compassion can be a step toward making a new friend, or simply feeling less lonely knowing you might have made someone's day. According to research by psychologists Ed Diener and Martin Seligman, altruism can lead to improved mental and physical health and even accelerate recovery from illness. Brain imaging research by Naomi Eisenberger at UCLA found that offering support to others can create unique positive effects in key areas of the brain that regulate stress and reward. The research shows that even a little compassion and support can reduce stress responses in the brain. So next time you're feeling lonely, try reaching out to a family member or an old friend who could use some support. You could donate to a charity or volunteer with an organization you care about. Maybe even one focused on mental health and loneliness. I'm sure they'd appreciate your support just as much as you appreciate theirs. Number 3, find your tribe. As mentioned, you don't have to be physically alone to feel lonely. You could be at a loud, seemingly fun party surrounded by people. and still that feeling of loneliness lingers. Maybe you do have friends or classmates you talk to regularly and get along with, but you don't necessarily share much in common with them. You might even find yourself uninterested in the topics they talk about, but you stay and listen politely. After all, they're your friends and you care about them. Still, sometimes you can't help but feel like the odd one out. That might be because you simply haven't found your tribe yet. Tribe. What on earth do I mean? Well, finding your tribe means finding people who share your interests and values, or who have qualities you aspire to develop yourself. We should all surround ourselves with people who share our interests, so we can not only talk about what we value, but also build genuine friendships along the way. It can take years for some people to find their tribe. They don't just appear out of thin air. That's why joining an online community with interests similar to yours can be a great place to start. If you enjoy a certain video game, connect with other players online and make some friends. Or if you're a book lover, join a book club, online or in person. You might just find your tribe before you know it. Number 4, there is no perfect friend. If you're feeling lonely, you might have daydreamed about being perfectly social, imagining yourself surrounded by an ideal group of friends, and that one best friend who's just perfect. Hate to burst your bubble, but there's no such thing as perfect, which means that imaginary friend of yours might not be everything you hoped they'd be. Research suggests that people with high levels of perfectionism are at greater risk for depressive symptoms and suicidal thoughts, as their feelings of alienation, isolation, and loneliness tend to be much more intense. The thing is, perfectionism can actually get in the way of socializing. When they go looking for the perfect friend, they can't seem to find them anywhere. Philosopher and author Lars Svensson, in A Philosophy of Loneliness, argues that people who experience chronic loneliness are often social perfectionists. He explains that social perfectionism is more common among lonely individuals than those who aren't. The lonely person believes they're unloved and that no one would want to befriend them. But perhaps the real problem is that, by placing such impossible expectations on friendship and love, they've made themselves unable to truly love or befriend anyone. Now, are you capable of making friends? Absolutely. Don't let a little perfectionism stand in the way of building new connections. People have flaws, and not every social interaction is going to be amazing. Sometimes it'll be awkward, even a little silly. But once we accept that friendships can be messy, awkward, and imperfect, we can finally relax a bit more when it comes to making new friends. If you feel like your perfectionism is getting in the way of making friends, remember, someone out there is meant for you. They won't be perfect, but flaws and all, you'll still care for each other. And maybe, just maybe, feel a little less lonely. There's someone out there for you. You just have to keep looking. So, will you try any of these tips? What online communities are you thinking of joining? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for more of our helpful videos. And if this video helped you, please let us know by liking and sharing it with someone who might be feeling lonely. After all, this video could be a great way to reach out and support someone struggling with loneliness. And in the process, who knows, you might just make a new friend.